You mentioned a very, I think, keen aspect that you or listeners have also heard on this podcast, where you should encourage people to use Bitcoin as money. And I thought about, are you then also one of the proponents who goes like, you should only use it like on chain, you should use it in a fully custodial way? Or do you have some wiggle room where you go like, if you're going to spend $100 anyway, you might as well use a custodian? What is your approach there?
So I'm not judging anybody who spends Bitcoin in any form, whether it's on liquid or it's self-custodial or custodial. Like, of course, there is the true cypherpunk way of having your own Bitcoin full node without relying on any other infrastructure, sending Lightning payments globally. But I realize, we are privileged, we are nerds, we have the time to set these things up. And I do not believe Bitcoin is at the UX stage where everybody can achieve that. When I orange pill people, when I talk to people about Bitcoin for the first time, usually it's in my car because I'm like a frequent traveler. I go all over like Germany and Austria and go to conferences, and I have a big car and it's mostly empty, and I do ride shares. And I, of course, the conversation sooner or later shifts to Bitcoin, and I can connect with anybody from all walks of life. Some point, I can wedge in like the brokenness of our money, and then at the end of the ride, usually they would pay me in cash for this ride share, and I then return the favor by giving them the equal amount in Bitcoin. And I do this exclusively on like a custodial wallet like Blink, because to onboard people with like Phoenix or like Blixt wallet, which are like self-custodial, which would be better. Like, you have to open theoretically a channel, you need a much larger sum, and they pay me like $10 and they get $10 in Bitcoin. And with Blink app, it's custodial, but there is some education in there. You can use it on chain, you can use it in Lightning, and you're like ready to go. And I've learned that this is the number one thing that gets people hooked on Bitcoin. Like, you can talk about it, you can get people excited, but you need to have your own Bitcoin. Like, the first transaction, you will remember who gave you your first Bitcoin or where you bought it yourself. And that is such a powerful thing. And I really believe that eventually they will, okay, this weird guy gave me $10 in Bitcoin, I will have another look. And so, yeah, any form of Bitcoin exposure is fine with me.
Do you still remember the first time you got into Bitcoin? Like, who gave it to you, where you bought it?
Very well, and I've talked about this very often. So I had a friend in university who was like really way before I realized that there's a need for like a money that is truly decentralized and permissionless. Like, he was, I would say, like libertarian, and it took me 10 years longer to get into this kind of mindset. But like, he gave me my first Bitcoins, plural, a lot of them, because he was mining them for free, basically. And I did not understand it, but then I saw like, hey, the price has gone up. It was like 2011, and I needed a new computer because I finally, I'm an adult now, I can buy things. I wanted to play Skyrim, and I bought a computer and like spent 1,500 Bitcoin on a graphics card, which I still own to this day. And this was literally the last video game I played, because then the adulthood kicked in. I didn't have any time. It's like the worst purchase in the history of purchases. However, people need to use it as money. And again, last bought like a pizza for 5,000 Bitcoin. So, all these things needed to happen to get to the point where we are now. And even though I sold them way too early, I know for a fact I would have, sold them as $10 or $50. So anyways, I would not have 1,500 Bitcoin to this day, I'm pretty sure. And I don't have them. If anybody tries to rob me, again, I'm a Euro poor.